Hi, my name is Jan Bloom, and I'm really glad that you've had a chance to stumble on my video because I wanted to take a moment and share my story, hoping that it might inspire other women. You know, for the most part, I've not had weight problems in my life. I never really had any abnormal blood chemistries like cholesterol, diabetes, or anything like that. I've raised two amazing daughters, and the only thing in our family history was on my husband's side, which was cardiovascular disease, really high cholesterol. And I learned about that when my daughters were 6 and 8 years old. And back then, I became very interested and passionate about nutritional strategies to address heart disease. And that was just the mom coming out in me. I ended up working with a company that was a global leader in wellness and preventive health and focused on cardiovascular health. Obviously, that was an interest and passion for me. And so over the years, I have very much worked closely with physicians and health coaches and dietitians, and I've always been in my best health. And then what happened? COVID came, and that was my license to just be like everybody else. I didn't eat as clean as I normally did. I didn't do supplements like I typically did. I just let myself go, and I wanted to eat junk like there was no tomorrow. Well, let me tell you something. That year of my life, it was delicious, but I paid the price. I put on almost 40 pounds. I wasn't exercising. I was eating everything under the sun. I just didn't care. I didn't even notice because everything I was wearing was leggings and stretch pants, so I didn't even really feel how overweight I was getting. Then I went for my lab work, my annual checkup, and all my numbers were all of a sudden elevated, not just a little bit, a lot. At that same time, I had just learned about a very unique combination. I like to call it a 1-2 punch, the dynamic duo, a combination called this Feel Great system. And I was watching people online using this, losing weight, incredible amounts of weight, blood sugars normalizing, cholesterol's dropping. It just absolutely blew my mind. And then I decided I've got to give this a try. Now, mind you, I have been working with this company for over 20 years. I'm familiar with their supplement strategy, primarily this, because I've used this with my daughters for over 20 years. And I want you to know, not just since they're little girls, but right through their pregnancies. And so while I realized this was amazing for cardiovascular health and blood sugar and cholesterol, that's all I ever used. But then what they did was they introduced this. And this particular supplement became a game changer for people. It was what everybody was saying that was causing them to literally eat, drink, and shrink. All they were doing was adding these two in combination to their lives, eating what they loved, but being able to do it differently, much more easily. Now, we've all heard about these prescription medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and all of these semaglutides that a lot of us have turned to. Not me. I would never consider a pharmaceutical drug just because I'd be afraid of those long-term side effects. But what I did do behind the scenes was what everybody else was doing. I added this to my life. And I have to tell you, I began to eat, drink, and shrink. I steadily lost 4 pounds per month. I have lost a total of 39 pounds. Never feeling like I'm dieting, never feeling deprived. And I have to tell you, when I would go out to get dressed, I was not a happy camper. I mean, I have to tell you, when they say thin is in and fat ain't where it's at, it's true. And I believe you need to love yourself for who you are, regardless of how you look. But you know what? I didn't love myself. I was in such a bad mood every time I had to go in my closet and get dressed that I just wasn't a happy camper. And I think that's what really was the icing on the cake for me. I had to get to that point. Well, now I'm wearing clothes that I didn't fit into for years. I can tell you, everybody looks at me and said, "What did you do? Did you do that Ozempic?" And I just say, absolutely not. I did this and I feel great. And I think the coolest thing is what they named it, the Feel Great system, because when all you do is add this to your life, you will feel great. And I can say that if I didn't share this with all of you, what a disservice that would be for me as another woman, or even those of you that have husbands that need to lose a few pounds. But I can say with all my heart, I have never felt better. My lab work went right back to being 100% normal. I'm eating what I enjoy. I'm doing it in moderation. This is a part of my life. It always will be, because the side effects of the Feel Great system are not side effects that are negative. They're side benefits. It prevents weight gain. It keeps your blood sugar normal. It keeps your cholesterol and triglycerides down. It normalizes hemoglobin A1C, lowers LDL, increases HDL. If you don't know what all that stuff does or means, don't worry. It's all good. This is something you deserve to explore. Let me tell you, I've never felt better, and I think I look pretty good. I'm 64 years old. I'm a grandma, 5 grandsons. I can wear the same clothes as my daughters, and I'm cool, and I feel great. So if you want to feel like I feel, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, you need to explore this and get your hands on it. And don't use it for less than 90 days. And it's got a 90-day money-back guarantee. You've got nothing to lose except some body fat, some blood sugar, and cholesterol. This rivals the Ozempics and all those pharmaceuticals that we should not be using. So find out about the Dynamic Duo and get your hands on it as soon as you can.